They're well connected. They're going to make Diddy take the fall. And
you think so?
Because there can always be another Diddy. Someone else will pop up and do the same thing. This was a widespread operation. It was a racketeering conspiracy where these record companies would then sponsor these parties, hand Diddy loads of cash that he used for the drugs, the trafficking, and this was all videotaped. And then they would profit from these young people that came up in the business that were at these parties. They took them to the studios, they signed them to labels, and then they used them to make money. And this was a grand scheme. If the feds want to go all the way up the food chain on it, they can go as high as they want. But something tells me they're going to suppress it and have one guy take the fall.
An undercover FBI agent has exposed some deeply disturbing secrets about Diddy's mansion. These aren't just rumors, people. These alleged results could have some serious implications for the hip-hop mogul.
Charge in state court and from the DA's office is the least of his concerns. As Tracy will tell you, I mean, he was hit by the FBI and Homeland Security. They're not there to investigate an assault that occurred in 2016. He's in a box that the feds have caught him in, and he's not going to get out of it, okay? I don't think he's going to get out of it. We're hearing all these rumors and all these lawsuits that are going on that specifically point to human trafficking, sex trafficking as well, where he benefited from. This is actually going to be evidence that's going to bootstrap in and going to be able to show in a trial, if there ever is one of that show, this is how he acts. This is his modus operandi. This is not a new crime that they're going to charge him with, okay? But it could be a predicate act, and Ms. Allred was completely correct. This could be a RICO charge against him. My point is, I think he's already in a box he's not going to climb out of. They just haven't put the lid on it yet.
And Tracy, I saw you nodding there earlier. You know, I'm going to ask you about this, but I also think it's an interesting moment in time because Cassie Ventura's name was dragged through the mud last year when she first came forward with these allegations. Tell me a little bit more about the court of public opinion, first of all, turning in her favor. And then also, could this incident add anything to the FBI investigation into Diddy? Because it's now been almost 2 months since his homes were raided.
Well, I wholeheartedly agree with what Mark said. And I also think, too, the charges from Homeland Security, any federal charges, in my opinion, because I feel this may be a RICO or trafficking charge that could come down, is going to take some time. I've worked RICO cases that have taken actually years to investigate. I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen here, but I don't think that this is something that's going to be handed down, an indictment that's going to be handed down very quickly. Now, in terms of, oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
In terms of the court of public opinion, look, I think Diddy actually dragged the federal government, quite frankly, through the mud. When these search warrants were executed, he said that they used inappropriate force. In my opinion, this video right now gives them all the reason in the world.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.
So what exactly did the FBI find? According to our insider, Diddy's mansion is more than just a luxurious home. It's supposedly a hub for some really dark practices. The agent mentioned secret rooms, hidden tunnels, and a whole lot more that paints a very dark picture.
3 decades, and I'm telling you, in the criminal arena, that's how they handle business. It's not just because it's Diddy. When they have reports that there could be people who are armed on the scene, they don't say, "Excuse me, guys, could we come in? Would it be all right if we just come in? Is that cool with you guys?" They come in like the military with extreme force. They control the scenario so no one gets hurt. And while it's unfortunate, it's standard procedure.
All right. So one of his sons, Christian, who we did see was part of this raid and was handcuffed for a time. He has, there's a little bit of back and forth on social media now. This is coming from Quincy Brown, who is Diddy's adoptive son, for Christian Combs' birthday. Happy birthday, Christian Casey Combs, my young king. I love you with all my heart. He says they can try to stop us, but we are not stopping the coup, and that is the truth. So what should their posture be at this point? And is it wise for them to be on social media? What do you make of anything of this post?
Well, I love the First Amendment, right? Anybody can spew whatever they want. And if they truly feel like they were mistreated, absolutely go ahead and express that. Maybe it shines a light on whether there's any other way that they could have accomplished what they wanted to accomplish, and do it with more love. I mean, the idea of fluffing pillows and leaving chocolate on his bed, it's a bit much, right? But maybe, was all the force absolutely necessary? Perhaps the answer is yes. But if there's room for improvement, that's okay too.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of questions about, what happened in there that we didn't see on the cameras, whether or not the force was necessary, as you point out, and how strong the case is about what was in the house and what they needed to get their hands on as part of that raid. So we'll see where it goes, Mark. I hope you'll join us again, because we're going to stay on this story throughout. Thank you very much.
And it gets even darker. The FBI allegedly found evidence of surveillance equipment hidden throughout the house. Cameras and microphones were allegedly placed to monitor guests, possibly for blackmail reasons.
So that, Diddy, he got a whole lot of hidden cameras around his house, and he feels like Diddy is using all that footage for blackmail.
Probably so. I could believe that. I believe it's a lot of rappers, a lot of music people, a lot of executives that could not say no. Cat Williams say, you just gotta say no to Diddy. And it's a lot of people that couldn't say no. And they probably on tape because they couldn't say no.
So you think it's possible that Diddy, he got footage of rappers in the stash, just in case he got to use it for blackmail?
It's a possibility. It's not far-fetched. If he was taping Cassie and he was having Cassie taped and everything like that, why wouldn't he do nobody else? She's the only one? I doubt it.
Right, I mean, good point, man. But did you hear about that story from the actor Columbus Short? He told a story about how Diddy, he invited him to his house late at night.
I believe him. I believe that Columbus Short, yo, bruh, why would that man come out? He got a whole wife or whatever, come out and say that Diddy did something that he didn't do. He could have said anybody else. But Columbus Short, he let people know straight out the rack. Yo, if they talking about some homosexuality and it's about Diddy, it may be true. Because he tried me. That's what he said. That's what Columbus Short said. He tried me. And you notice the guys that don't fall for that shit. They not popping in the industry. They not working. They not going to Hollywood. They not doing it because it's people like him that they cut short. Like Cat Williams said, when they don't give up their booty hole, they don't give up that sexuality, they cut them short. That means they not working in the industry like that no more.
But looking at this lawsuit, right, why do you think Little Rod is naming all these people in this lawsuit?
Witnesses. He needed witnesses. And whether they work for Diddy or not, if they get caught lying on the stand about anything and he has proof that certain things happen, my man, he put me in a lawsuit. I wasn't even around this shit. My name is in there. Your name is in there. You understand? So my whole thing about it is that he want enough witnesses, because you got to realize this. This is not a criminal case. This is a civil case. So now in a civil case, he has to prove that he was unjustly done. That Diddy did him wrong, because if you read the lawsuit, he financially said, yo, give me $50,000 and give me my publishing and we good. Diddy only gave him $29,000 and didn't give him none of his publishing. And he wrote 9 songs. So now he gonna add all these people, the wait, what was the chef and them seen Diddy walking around naked. One other chef prior to this particular chef made claims and sued Diddy before because he was walking around her naked. So remember I said behavior don't change, he doing the same shit he did with the first chef. The girl who sued him before. So now he's doing it again. So all the people, the chef, the business manager, the people in the studio, they named everybody. For what? Because when their story come out, it shows a pattern of behavior that he has been getting away with. And people ain't gonna lie for him and get caught in a lie and getting caught in contempt and go to jail because they lied, they perjured themselves. So he put everybody's name in that lawsuit so he can get a lot of witnesses. So what happens if you got a lot of witnesses? Do we want to go to court and listen to their story? They may want to settle out. But he said he got a high-powered lawyer. He ain't gonna settle out. He gonna prove everybody is lying on him.
The raid totally seemed like a cue for all of his victims to step forward and spill the tea on what he did to him. And guess what? A bunch of cases popped up right after them. So with all the dirt that they dug up from his mansion, it looks like all he could do now is sit quietly and count his days of freedom.
I wonder where, because he seemed to have been a person that would have carried his bag around and do stuff like that. People like that, they telling me this little guy that y'all calling the mule that got caught up in all of that, little people that work for him like that would make sense to me, believe that, but the maid, they will have to be really close. With stuff like that, you have to only have like you only trust like 3 or 4 people for that. But it appears, and when you're rich, you can hide addiction. You won't look like your average meth head or crackhead when you're rich, because they just snorting it in their nose or whatever. And I think a lot of the pills is just for sex, so they can keep up with the drive. They can go longer and stuff like that. So it would be surprising to me that he have that many people in this business like that. But damn, that boy better start kicking that habit, because he gonna have it bad in church. Y'all thought Suge Knight was passing out and shit in the courtroom. Man, when if he hooked on drugs like that, that nigga gonna be in there throwing up. He gonna be like going through withdrawals. He ain't gonna be able to go to court. And that's gonna be a sad, sad day. So if I can tell you anything, Diddy, man, you going to prison if you don't off yourself or go over there with your boy Russell. Or a country that is like Russell that doesn't extradite. But so you going to prison. So dog, before worrying about all of this stuff, you better kick that habit. Cause I seen niggas just for a day or two, how they were acting when they be going through those withdrawals. And bro, you gonna be hurting. You ain't gonna be able to help with your defense. You gonna be looking bad in front of that judge, or he ain't gonna give you a bail. And so bro, that would be my advice to you, man. Start getting that, go check yourself into rehab real quick, because if any of that's true, you obviously have a bad drug habit. And when you're going through withdrawals and stuff like that, you cannot concentrate on fighting your freedom and all of that. All you worried about is getting that fix. And so I heard those statements, I heard that, but I hope that's not true. But if he got it bad like that, he gonna have it bad in there. And bro, you got about 3 to 4 months. About 3 months to get yourself right. So I know you right now, and you're talking to lawyers and trying to figure this out and buy everybody off and stuff. And take care of stuff, which, hey, that's your prerogative. But just in case those things don't work out, go get yourself clean, bro. Check yourself into a program real quick. Because if you don't, it's gonna be hard in prison. And not prison, in jail. Cause they don't give a fuck about you in there. And the guards that they gonna have around you is not gonna be the type of guards that you can buy off. And that's going to be having you accessible to those the motherfuckers that don't care that you can't buy and get to, because they know people in your position and have money like you, will slide them something. You're not gonna have access to inmates and stuff like that to slide you something. You're gonna have it rough in there, bro. A lot of people think guys that snitches, well, not snitches, but guys that go to jail and all that, people gonna look out and all of that for you. They keep you away from them. You're gonna be isolated. It's harder doing time in PC. Ask anybody that's been there. They have it harder in ASAG or what they used to call it in the feds. I forgot the name. But it's harder when you lock down and when you getting your meals brought to you than when you're just in there running free and running around. That time is much, much harder. And that would be my advice, man. So you'd be able to help your attorney fight for your life and all of that to go and get cleaned up, man. You got time.